Hey all, welcome back to Fire and Water Travel Services. Today we're going to do a quick tour of the Disney Dream cruise ship. I was able to do this a couple of weeks back, and I want to make sure you guys can take a look at what the Disney Dream cruise ship has to offer. I'll be right back. Hey all, welcome to Fire and Water Travel Services. We specialize in affordable luxury and culinary adventures with all types of travel, including cruises, all-inclusives, and any type of travel that you're looking for. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and make sure you like and subscribe and share this channel. All right, all. Like I said, I was able to take a tour of the Disney Dream cruise ship in Fort Lauderdale a couple of weeks back. And I want to make sure I go over everything here for you, just so you have an idea. One of the things I was really impressed with is the terminal here in Fort Lauderdale, where you get to board the Disney Dream. Of course, as soon as you walk in, you're seeing all the Disney paraphernalia and all that, and you can take pictures here with the Disney crew and get your kids in there and get a nice picture when you're boarding the ship. Once you get on the ship, you're immersed in the Disney whole Disney theme here, of course. Down to the elevators, where it's very elegant, Disney-ish, everything you're going to recognize as being Disney, down to all the different artwork that's all around the ship, including these pictures that actually have animation and music. Like I said, as soon as you walk in, you'll see that Disney castle, Disney animation theme pretty much right here in this whole area. Of course, you got your Beauty and the Beast colors, carpets, and the staircase, but everything looks like you just walked into a Disney movie or cartoon, and very grandiose, and lots of Disney characters everywhere. As soon as you walk in, you'll see this huge crystal chandelier hanging from the ceiling in the atrium, and all kinds of other Disney related stuff, including Mr. Admiral Donald Duck here, and also all these little characters throughout. You'll see them just embedded in pretty much everything you look at. Now, the Disney Dream is one of their, I think it was the third or fourth ship that was built by Disney. So it doesn't have some of the newer stuff like the two or newer ships have, like the Treasure and all that. But it does have, like I said, you are in a Disney ship, and there's no way that you could think you're anywhere else. So Disney is there. They have this cool thing, which their little scavenger hunt for kids called Becoming a Detective. They're all around the ship, and it's really fun.
Disney Dream, please welcome aboard the guest family. Disney Dream, please welcome aboard the Bailey family. Disney Dream, please welcome aboard the Gamboa family. Disney Dream, please welcome aboard the Coletta family. Disney Dream, please welcome aboard the Moore family.
Of course, you feel like you're a Disney princess being announced at a ball when that happens. So one of the first places for food I'm going to show you is the Royal Palace, which is right off the atrium there. This is one of the three main dining areas. So they do rotational dining, where you have three main restaurants that you rotate from. This, of course, being the Royal Palace. And of course, just like it says, it looks like you're dining in a castle in a royal palace. Has all the Disney princess pictures all around as well. You got the chef's table there in the middle. Some cool stuff with the seats. Each one represents one of the Disney characters on the back as well, in the different colors. But you can actually reserve this table for like a chef's table experience. So again, they have all these portraits of the Disney princesses and all the things that are related to those type of movies. Just very grandiose looking. Children will love it. They'll feel like they're in one of the movies when they're eating here. And like I said, this is one of the main rotational dining. Then you have the Enchanted Garden, which, just like the name says, you feel like you're in an enchanted garden. You got this is when you first walk in to check in. It's got these grandiose murals of flowers and pictures of flowers, and you feel like you are in a terrace garden here. In the middle of the area, it has this big fountain. They didn't want us to get pictures of the tables because they were in the middle of changing this out, but it's very, like I said, very grandiose looking, like you're in a big, huge royal palace garden eating your lunch. So this is a pretty cool place. And the third is the Animator's Palette. This is where the animations on the wall come to life and kind of talk to you as well. But this one is actually open for breakfast and lunch, so it's not just reserved for dinner like the other two. So you can actually go down and have lunch and breakfast at this particular restaurant if you wanted to. And like I said, this is one of those rotational dining experiences, so you will get to have dinner in here at least one night out of your cruise, maybe even twice, but pretty cool restaurant here as well. So this is the Cabanas is the buffet, and this is where we had our lunch this day. Of course, it's open for lunch, breakfast, and dinner every day. You're greeted by the Pelican here from Finding Nemo, and good choices on here. I wouldn't say it was a huge buffet. It does have plenty of food to choose from. A lot of it's catered towards kids. Of course, they have chicken fingers and pizza and macaroni and cheese and all that kind of stuff, but they have some good stuff for adults as well. Of course, the crab legs and shrimp is one of the big draws here to this. I remember when I was on my first Disney cruise many years ago, that was one of the things I loved about the buffet. Don't think they have it every day, but at least the first day. And there's those chicken fingers and french fries and wraps and sandwiches and things like that. Pizza. Of course, the kids will love this stuff, but they have some other grown-up food as well, salmon and different kinds of meats and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. So food was all really good. I don't say it was top of the line, but it was very good. And like I said, your kids and adults will be able to find pretty much anything they want to eat at the Cabanas buffet. Now, as far as snacky type food goes, this is out by the main pool area. It's Flo's 8 Cafe, V8 Cafe, and it's got 3 or 4 different stations here with different types of food. The first one here, I think, is all like burgers and fries. Then you got pizza here with Luigi's. So these are all, of course, from the movie Cars, and just it's a Cars themed food area. But this is all snacky type food for when you're out by the pool, lounging, lunch stuff. Burgers and stuff here at Mater's, and tacos here at Ramon's. Like I said, tacos, taco bowls. So pretty much you can find anything you want at these little stations here. And there wasn't a huge wait when I was there this day for lunch. This is like your sandwich and salad area. And right after you pass this area, you walk into the adults only pool area, and you walk into the Cove, which is their coffee, fancy specialty coffee area. So it is in the adults only area. This is an extra charge, and I don't think it's involved. It might be part of your drink package. I can't remember. Well, that's right. Disney doesn't have a drink package, so everything is a la carte. Now, as far as going into the adults only dining area, they do have a couple restaurants for adults only. This is the Meridian Lounge that's in between the 2 adults only restaurants, and it's actually pretty cool. It kind of opens up to the front of the ship, and has some pretty good sights out there, some places to sit. But nice little lounge bar area to wait for your table in either the other 2 adults only dining areas, one of them being called Paolo, and that's the Italian themed restaurant. So higher end Northern Italian gourmet type food here at Paolo. Everything is well refined. Like I said, adults only dining here. They do have an extra charge. I believe Paulo's $40 or $50 per person extra, but like I said, the person who did our tour said it's his favorite restaurant on the ship, so very high-end Italian food here. I really like the way the restaurant was appointed here, in the Italian red colors, and the furniture and artwork on the wall was all made you feel like you were in Italy dining. So very higher end, of course, and like I said, the food is supposed to be very good here. Of course, a very extensive wine list from what I understand, and lots of different choices as far as the appetizers and entrees and desserts go here. So as you can tell, very cool looking Italian restaurant. Now the other adults only restaurant here is called Remy, of course, from Ratatouille, and it is a French style restaurant just like in the movie, but from what I understand, this is a little bit more expensive, like over $100, like $120 to $150 a person. And it does have wine tasting menu as well, but this is more of like a 7 or 8 course dinner, and just like Remy from the movie, it's all French cuisine, and very nice, elegant looking place as well. A little bit smaller than the Italian restaurant, of course, and it does have some different special seating areas, but very extensive wine list here from what I understand too. Some very high-end wines, but as you can tell, it's very elegant looking, and very popular as well, because like I said, it's French, like tasting menu type multi-course dinner here. Like I said, it's very, very expensive too. Also has a little area, another dining area, which is Gusteau's dining room. So, because Gusteau is the original restaurant owner at the restaurant in the movie. But as you can tell, it overlooks the water as well. So, very cool looking adults only restaurant. Keeping into the adults only areas, this is called the District, and it is at the back of the ship. And it is a few different nightclubs, adult-only bars areas, and as you can tell, they're kind of all in one spot, and they all kind of shoot off this main area here. One's called Pink, is like a champagne bar. One is called the Skyline, which is more like a martini type bar, where the skyline changes in the back. And Revolution is more like a dance club. They have a pub, a draft house type pub as well. So very cool little area for adults only, little nightclub action. And like I said, here's your map of it. Shows you where all the different little side bars and dance club are. But I was very impressed with this area. Just set up for adults only, so it wants the parents and grandparents to have a good time. This is the Skyline bar. It's more like a martini bar, like I said, and the Skyline changes like every 20 or 30 minutes or so, or it'll change into a different Skyline from a different major city, like New York, London, Paris, all that. This was the pub, several different draft beers, and like just set up like a British type pub. So pretty cool concept that they have in the District here on the Disney Dream. Going back to the main area where you come in, this is your guest services area, and that's a cool little map. Has the ships on the wall there. They kind of move those around to wherever those ships happen to be, so you could when you're standing here waiting for guest services, you can watch those little ships kind of move on the map when they go to different areas. Plenty of shopping opportunities here on the ship, from higher end to just regular cruise type related souvenirs and all that. But of course, they got the jewelry and the watches and all kinds of stuff, and even some sundry stuff that you may need, like sunscreen, things like that you may need in your room. It opens up here to the entrance to the Walt Disney Theater, as you can tell here. And the Walt Disney Theater is one of 2 theaters that they have. This is where they have their shows, and the Golden Mickey's is on all of their ships, I guess, and it just kind of goes about all the different movies and talks about things like that. But very classic Disney setup as far as the theater goes here. It goes back to, you know, the early days of the 40s and 50s type Hollywood setup here. So lots of red, lots of gold, and very big seating area, and it does have a balcony area as well. But very cool looking theater, and like I said, plenty of places to sit. And from what I understand, the sound and all that in here is pretty cool. It does have some, like I said, balcony areas as well, so you have areas up on the other floor. But just overall, pretty cool looking theater for their shows and all that. Like I said, they do have another theater that is strictly for movies that they have. Is called the Buena Vista Theater, and that will show first run movies and older movies, and pretty much always having movies here at this theater. This is in midship. I can't remember. I think it was on deck 4 or 5, but pretty cool looking theater as well. But like I said, this is for movies only. They may have some other things in here, like maybe some trivia, stuff like that, but it's generally here for just showing the movies. And they do have, if they have movies that are first run in the theater, they will show them on the cruise ship at the same time. So any new releases, they'll show them in the Buena Vista Theater here. I love some of the elevators here. They have these old-fashioned adjusters, or things that show where the floors are. Now getting into the cabins. This is they call them a porthole, a virtual porthole room. So they're an interior cabin with a virtual porthole that actually has a camera on the ship that actually projects it into the room here. So that's whichever way you're facing. If you're facing the front of the ship or the rear of the ship, it'll actually have the camera on that particular screen. So it's a good size interior. I wouldn't say it's small. I wouldn't say it's overly large, but of course it has a tub and a shower. So because with kids, you're going to want to use a tub. This is the standard balcony veranda cabin. Good storage spaces, of course, in all these rooms. A lot of them have connecting doors, of course, so a lot of people on the Disney ships want to have other family with them, and they have connecting rooms. So good size balcony cabin. They wouldn't let us out on the balconies. They told us not to open those doors, but this one will fit 5. So you got a pull down bed from the ceiling, and then a pull out that will sleep another 2 guests, and then of course the bed will 2. The separate toilet from the shower is actually a pretty cool concept as well. This was a ocean view with a big porthole here on the side of the wall. You can tell it's a really spacious area. The suite area is called the concierge area. So this is a separate area, card key access only for concierge, and really good sized rooms here. I don't know how many different kinds they have, but the one that they let us look at here had a separate bathroom with a tub, and then another one with a commode and a shower, and of course this huge bed area. And then this is another sleeping area that has pullouts as well. So very good size suite area here. And again, it's a connecting room, so you could have one right next door where you can connect both rooms, so you guys can go back and forth. Good sized balcony, just wasn't able to get out on it. And like I said, another bathroom with commode and shower out here in the main area of the cabin. So very good sized suites, concierge cabin. Stepping out into the where we got in is actually the spa area. So good sized spa with everything you would want in a spa. Of course, it has the manicure, pedicure, massages, all kinds of spa treatments. Also has a barber shop or hair salon. This is the Rainforest Thermal Suite area, which you can actually just get a day pass for this if you want. Of course, has all the different hot seats here and hot tubs. It has the steam shower, saunas, different kinds of showers with different temperatures and different, some of them have the aromatherapies and all that. So pretty good sized thermal suite area. And like I said, they do let you do a day pass in this. Believe it is included in the concierge suites as well. But you can do a day pass. Like I said, pretty large area with a lot of different things in here. If you love the thermal area, I know my wife does, especially those chairs. I think they had like 10 of those heated chairs as well. So I was getting back into the adults only area here on the ship. It's got a nice little pool area with some hot tubs and stuff like that. Its own outdoor bar as well. And this is looking down from above. So plus it had the Cove coffee bar and all that. So pretty good sized area for adults only, just to lounge and relax. This up here on the next level up was not adults only, but it's kind of tucked away, separate area away from the pools and all that, where you can just come up here. They do have music and things up here as well to get this little stage, but this is the top area where you can actually see the aqueduct water slide going around the ship, the big main screen by the pool. This looks down on the pool level. So this was deck 11, I believe, and that's deck 10 where the pool level is. So yeah, very large outdoor area with seating. So I don't see them not having enough loungers for everybody, because there's multi-levels and multi-spaces that have loungers on them as well. Like I said, the aqueduct kind of goes around the perimeter of the ship here on both sides, and you'll see where you can get onto that. And then they have another water slide over there in the corner as well. And on deck 10 is where that kids area mostly is, and they have we'll show you in a minute, the water play splash type area for the smaller kids as well. But pretty, like I said, pretty good outdoor area. They do show movies and videos and music on those screens as well. This is kind of another little bar area, kind of tucked away. This is towards the front of the ship, I believe. And then on the next area towards the back, you have the sports area. So you have the mini golf, cornhole, all kinds of things like that. Basketball area that they can also use for multi-sports, like volleyball and things like that. Pretty good sized mini golf area as well. And they got foosball tables here that are covered, and I think there was also ping pong and some other stuff up here as well. So pretty good size sports and outdoor play area for people of all ages here. So that's it for this area. Like I said, this is the kids area down on deck 10. It's kind of the splash area, so it's not really out in the sun. It's an area where you can just send your little kids in there to play around and have fun in the water and not get sunburned. So pretty cool area. They do have these hot tubs down there as well that kind of are like infinity hot tubs that look out over the side of the ship, and they're both for kids and adults as well. This is called the D Lounge, and this is a multi-purpose area, and they do all kinds of different things here. They'll do like trivia and things like that. Lots of arts and crafts. This particular setup is to learn how to draw, so you can send your kids here, or actually adults can come here as well, learn how to draw animation and stuff like that. And like I said, this is a multi-purpose room, and they use it for multiple things. So they might have talks in here and different kinds of stuff going on. Of course, it would not be a Disney ship without the meet and greets with the characters. And as you can tell, this one was already lining up. This was a embarkation day, and really was only about an hour that people started coming on, and they're already lining up to meet the characters. They also have the Bippity Boppity Boutique, where you can have your little girls or boys get all fancied up in just like the characters as well. And of course, they have certain hours there, but you can have them dressed up as little princesses and princes here at the Bippity Boppity Boutique. All right, let's get into the kids clubs. The first one, it's a Small World Nursery, and this is for your younger kids who may still be in diapers, you know, your toddlers, and I think up to age 4 or 5. They may have some other age restrictions here and diaper restrictions as well, but this is for your smaller kids, and as you can tell, it's just aimed towards that. It's not a really huge place, but they even have little cribs and stuff for babies. The biggest kids area on the ship is the Oceaneer Lab. I think this is like from 5 to 10, and they have different areas. Of course, it's a really huge place in midship here that just has multiple different areas for them to have play with and to do crafts and all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was really probably took up the biggest space of the ship besides any of the restaurants, as far as dedicated to one set of guests here. So pretty cool stuff here, looking all around. But if you have a 5 to 11, 10-year-old, they're going to have plenty to do here on the ship in this Oceaneer Lab area. So, like I said, plenty of different functions and areas here. Of course, they had a lab section where they actually do projects with them here as well. But I say this was the largest kids club area I've ever seen on a cruise ship, of course. So it wouldn't be Disney if it wasn't. And when you drop your kids off here, initially the first time is the only time you get to see this place. After you drop them off on the first day, when you come back, you're not allowed in there. They have 2 sections for teens, of course. They have the younger teens and the older teens. This is how you get into there. And more geared towards, like I said, the teenage kids. So it's got more video games type stuff, regular foosball, pool, other types of board games, things like that. They do more things like that with them. And this is the younger kids. But they both share the outdoor area. So they got outdoor games area as well, lounging area. They got like a little pool area just for themselves. So this is just a little just for the teen area. So pretty cool outdoor area just for the teens as well. So pretty cool kids area. Like I said, it wouldn't be Disney if it didn't really cater to the kids, but definitely takes up a lot of this space on the ship. Well, that's it, guys. That is my tour of the Disney Dream. Like I said, everything, you are immersed in Disney when you get on the Disney cruise ships, and the Disney Dream is no exception here. Very cool restaurants, very cool kids clubs, very cool stuff for adults only, and so you can get away from the kids for a while. So really think Disney does it up right. You are in a Disney cruise ship for sure. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. If you want to hook up on a Disney cruise, let me know at Fire and Water Travel. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram. Follow us at fireandwatertravel.com and shoot us an email at Darren@fireandwatertravel.com. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.